Utopia is a place, and it lies on the equator. Before the brutal end of the century, we made our home on that meridian line, where the sunset hour never changed, and the birds and insects kept us up all night, where the heat rose from our radiant skin and water pooled in the corners of every humid window pane. Looking out, looking in, always the warmth and the chatter. Our bodies cast no shadow with the sun directly overhead. Only shadow we saw was the eager black cat come to every bungalow, one by one, to scrounge for food and belly rubs, to dance in the muddied water by sweltering, swaying trees in our backyards. On the edge of the forest, the yard had no borders, and I burned my legs racing black cat up and down the long, wet grass. He was my shadow, and together we became one, a blur of tangled brown hair and sleek black fur. The forest was in me, and I didn't think that would change. 4 years was a lifetime, and I learned the forest well. Connect with the crunch of leaves like a carpet, cuddle under the canopy, sift fingers through soft pulp churning into food for the trees. Everything was magic. Storms would come and soak us in their gravity, give us luster, make us glisten. Our bungalow built around a courtyard, so the rain fell straight into the house, into our hearts. No need for shoes, and the sensation of shirts was unknown until my first day of school. The uniform was the first clue. My badge, stamped with Gurkha knives and military regalia, drew me out of the swaddling clothes I called my forest, hinted at a deeper cause. Now I heard murmurs that came from human buildings and spoke in gravelly human notes. Whispers of giants on the way to our shores. I returned to my forest, lay down with the buzz of cicadas and the whooping calls of hornbills, belly rubs for black cats, soft sunshine naps, trying all I could to ignore the rising tide. But the giants arrived, and when they moved me from my home, I never ever saw their faces. There are exotic places in the world where frozen water falls from the sky. We went north, and I watched my sister scream when the first snow came. It killed the trees. It made my heart ache, but they all came back in the spring. A different flavor of magic. This place I call Amaurot, land of dusk. Here the shadows fall long and far. Here the children laugh at rendang, they laugh at rambutan. They think my forest is dangerous, dirty, savage, surreal. And years pass like standing waves, winter to spring to shadow to light, and I lie in between, restless as my dreams. I grow a tree without roots, while concrete builds up around me, and in no time at all I am worked into the structure of the great and grey colonial capital. My housemate thinks I am special, and I have nothing to say to her. She puts on a rainforest documentary, and I sit there with a shot glass as I watch my home be ripped apart. And I realize the children of the City of Shadows were right. My gut burns, water spills from my eyes. It does not sting, there's no salt in rainforest water. The drink sees to the stinging for me, and for once my housemate has nothing to say. In dreams, I see the giants' faces, and they are steel animals, big and broad with sharp teeth and claws. No amount of power in the waking world will slow them down, and now I see the battle plan. The more I am uprooted, the more the forest is too. By the time my life is over, Utopia will be ever as it was meant to be, no place at all. Thank you.
Thanks, Oliver. Now,